Certain aspects of our daily lives can be stressful and take a lot out on us. We work constantly, take care of other people, while leaving little room to take care of ourselves. Mental health is something that should be placed highly as a priority. In order to continue with our crazy schedules and overwhelming workloads, we need to make time for ourselves to make sure our mental health is where it needs to be. Mental health is important and is something that everyone needs to know about. People should also know the resources provided for those who are struggling. Having more information about where and how to get help can save someone's life. Some may think mental health is not important, where others believe that it is the main contributor to someone's overall well-being. People should know about what is available so they know what steps to take in order to feel better mentally. Today I have the opportunity to discuss with you why everyone should know about mental health and the information that is available for those who need it. Although I am not a professional in the world of mental health, I can tell you that mental health is something that should be taken seriously, or else you will eventually develop some sort of illness because of poor mental health. Now I will tell you about the importance of knowing about mental health, along with the causes of it, the impact of it, and the ways in how it is promoted and prevented. There are different causes to developing mental illness and how common it is in certain areas. Mental health does not only concern the mind. Other factors go into the definition when it comes to someone's overall well-being. Physical, emotional, and social well-being contribute to someone's mental health as well. Similar to mental health, physical health has different parts that contribute to it. Diet, sleep, and exercise factor in to proper physical health. Mental illness can be caused by underlying conditions or diseases, internal factors, or environmental factors as well. Some may develop a mental illness from events in the past. They could have suffered some form of trauma or other troubling experience that they have not recovered from. Some people may develop mental illnesses from making bad choices and external factors like doing drugs or drinking, not having friends, and feeling lonely all the time. It is important to have a support system and being able to have a person or group of people that you can rely on when things get difficult. A lot of people do not realize that mental illness is common. Having a mental illness is known as a health condition because your health is negatively affected with any condition. More than 50% will be diagnosed with a mental illness or disorder at some point in their lifetime. Poor mental health is so common everywhere, it is important for people to know the impact of mental health on our population. While an individual has poor mental health, other people can be impacted from it. If your loved one developed a mental illness like depression or anxiety, you would want to do everything you can to help them, so knowing about mental health can allow less people to be negatively impacted by it. Anxiety is one of the most common mental illnesses to develop from having poor mental health. Constantly worrying about everything you do can get stressful and will control you. Another common mental illness is depression. People with depression always feel sad and are overcome with negative moods. They have no motivation to do anything, and their mental health suffers because of it. Being close to someone with depression can be difficult, and knowing how to help them can save their life. Negative actions may follow and become a result from someone who has poor mental health. Suicide is common amongst those who have a mental illness or poor mental health. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States and the second leading cause of death among people aged 15 to 34. Knowing someone who took their own life because they were not happy with it is something nobody wants to go through, especially if there were resources that could potentially stop it from happening. When someone's mental health is suffering, other parts of their bodies may start to struggle as well. Their physical health may start to deteriorate as well, and eventually develop health conditions like heart disease or diabetes. There are specific areas across the globe where there are not resources or people readily available to help those in need of those services. Not having the personnel available for those who need it can be concerning and sometimes fatal. In some cases, financing is the reason why some mental health practices cannot function and leave professionals without a job. Some may not be able to apply for loans in order to keep their practices open. Promoting mental health and creating innovations to get those resources available is important, so that people with poor mental health can get the help they need. There are ideas being created for mental health promotion and prevention. It is positive to see that organizations are making innovations for more mental health resource availability in areas that need it. moving away from institutionalized care and toward community-based mental health services, which can give those who may not afford to go to an institution with those services. Another idea that is being developed is integrating mental health services into existing primary care networks. Many people are aware of this concept and are constantly making ways for it to become more accessible. In 1946, President Harry Truman signed the National Mental Health Act, which led to the creation of the National Institute of Mental Health in 1949. Another important figure is Dorothea Dix, who lobbied to make changes in how the mentally ill were treated, leading to the opening of dozens of mental hospitals in the United States. It is important to implement mental health intervention in places where people go every day, like school and work. Home visits can be provided where a professional comes to the home, and stress prevention programs can also be enforced in the workplace. People are trying to provide campaigns to change the culture of mental health so that all of those in need receive the care and support that they deserve. Mental health is something that should be taken seriously. Imagine your loved one is the one with the poor mental health, struggling to hang on to what little will they have left to live. Nobody wants to see someone they love in any pain, whether it is physical or mental. It is important to know what resources are available so nobody ends up in that position. Mental health is important and everyone should know about it. I hope you learned something from my speech and know that it is okay to ask for help when needed.